After being on the move for the last month, chasing waves around the islands, we have found ourselves in a quiet, secluded anchorage with a local village nearby. We plan to sit at anchor in this protected bay for a bit to enjoy some land family time. We then need to prepare Nandji too for our return journey north back to Thailand. But this task could take a while, as provisioning is done a little different in the jungle.
Okay, sharing. Nila, satu, dua, tiga. Bye-bye. Sampai jumpa.
Into Indonesia, we got some money out, you know, because it's really hard to get cash out throughout the islands. It's not like there's a large abundance of ATM machines just floating around, and the ones that are positioned, it's always a gamble whether they're going to accept your card or whether they're broken or whether they actually have money in them, you know. So we went down to the town last week and the machine was broken and the other machine didn't accept my card, so we're sort of running out of cash, have no money, have no diesel. So today's sort of a bit of a reconnaissance trip on the old bike, left the ladies on the boat. Go down, see if we can't get some money out and see if we can't get some diesel. So we can get ready to continue to move on if we did, when we plan to. The season's getting pretty late now, so we'll probably look to leave Indo in the next couple of weeks. Start sailing back towards Thailand. It's always an interesting experience whenever you go to do stuff. You're always stick out like a sore thumb, I guess you say. Everyone's like, wow, look at that thing. Oh man, it's so funny, you know, it's always entertainment whenever you go to feel up. Everyone just stares at you. Just stare back, give a big smile and a wave. Have a little play. Classic. Love it. Hey Leila. How conveniently Lula left her shoes on the boat, didn't you?
Yeah.
So Dad has to carry. Could have been Dad's fault. Well, there's something down here. I think the beach is down here, Lula.
Yes.
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Hooray!
Hooray!
Hooray! Nice white spaces in
Wow, can you you see the waves?
It is.
Wow!
That's what I like when the waves there.
You want to go in the waves there? Mum's been on the spread.
Good job, Mummy.
Good job, Mummy. Yeah. Up, down, across.
Ready? Hold on. Woo! Go, Lila! Woo!
And wow! Wow!
It's a really difficult wave, like one that you really need to study before you come out and take it on. Like it's real sucky and it just throws you down. Really shallow, super shallow, like ankle deep.
Come on, Bubba Shark. Oh yeah. What's this? What's this, Molly? 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 Come on! Having one of those uh-oh moments. So we've been running the generator all morning. We'll turn it on about 4 AM last night because the batteries were pretty low, and we've had a couple of real cloudy days, and so the solar hasn't been keeping up with our usage, so that's why we have a generator to back up the solar. So we had it running for probably 4 or 5 hours this morning, also to make water, and then the generator cut out. I didn't turn it off, it cut out, and I opened up the man cave here, and it was steaming. There was, in the overflow, there was no water and it was steaming, so I'm hoping that it's just a diesel issue and like maybe a blocked filter or something, and it's just starved from diesel and that's why it turned off. But the fact that it was hot and overheated, I don't know whether it has an emergency cut off because it is too hot or what the deal is, but I know I've waited an hour or two now, so it's cooled down. So now I just gotta, I don't know, let's go investigate. It kind of sucks because our alternator that we installed as well with the external regulator currently has a temperature issue, saying the temperature sensor could be broken. But our alternator, the external regulator is cutting off the alternator from charging our house bank. So currently we'd have no generator and no motor to charge the house bank. So we're fully running on the solar. And if we have any more cloudy days, it's alright when it's sunny like this, but if we have another couple of cloudy days, we're going to be in strife. Yeah, it's a bit dirty. Oh, that's a good sign. So that could just be it there. The filter's not real clean. Suggests what's going on in the tank. Also got to remember that one tank is barren dry. So I'll just check exactly which tank the fuel's coming out of. Surely not. Surely I haven't done that, have I? Hold the starting, we'll do longer.
Okay.
Ah, well. Yeah, so I changed that first filter over for the generator. I think I haven't got any spare diesel, so rather than popping the inspection plate again, I'll just go get some jerry cans of diesel from the town up the road. It's a 45-minute scooter ride one way. But I'll go get some diesel, then I can fill all that up again, because I reckon it's just starved. I'll change the other filter. It's definitely coming out of the right tank. But I just left the generator for now until I go get that diesel and moved on to the alternator. Sort of just pulled all the pieces off the back. Someone's saying it could be the temp sensor. But I think it was just actually connection issues, because I pulled everything off the negative bars and put it all back together, and you know, the alternator's charging again, so it's just a connection issue. Temp sensor's still working, so that's a small victory. We are in the middle of nowhere right now, so kind of need ways of charging. Well, we really are just disabled and broken down in the middle of nowhere now. This generator issue has been a bit of a problem. Even though the alternator is charging, I don't really like running the engine to charge the motor, to charge the batteries unless we're going somewhere, because we have a turbo. It's not great for any diesel just be sitting there idling away anyway. Chose not to do that yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'll just go get diesel today and fix the generator.
But then the surf was up like yesterday.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of waves in the afternoon yesterday, so actually it was raining, but I stopped off and looked at a wave and I was like, man, it's pumping. So I went surfing instead. And it really put us in a predicament. Me going surfing, not fixing the generator, and deciding not to run the engine to charge the batteries, because at about 3:30, 3 a.m. in the morning last night, everything turned off and we were flat. Previously, when I jump started the motor off of the house bank, I left that switch on that's underneath the nav table there. So the whole time we've been using the house batteries and the starter bank instead of just the house bank for our power around the house. So I drained the starter batteries, and so I couldn't start the engine. Oh, what a kerfuffle! But so we sort of had to just wait until the sun came up, and of course it was raining this morning. But the sun's coming out again now, and so our solar panels can really pump in the juice, which is what we're doing now. So we just let our panels do the job, charge up our batteries, and I'm going to go do that run now and go get diesel so I can fix the generator. Hooray! We fixed it! Hooray!
Hooray! I fixed it!
Hooray! Oh, well, that's a good feeling. Very happy as well of the previous owners of Nandji too, and just how they kept all the manuals and everything that they bought. The signs of a good owner and a boat that's been well cared for is when there's a lot of evidence of what has been done to the boat, upgrades, manuals of things that have been installed, and one of those is the manual for the generator, and going through it, you know, so when the generator turned off, the generator killed itself, and then the overflow was steaming, you know, from the cooling side of things, and so there was no liquid left in the cooling side, which is sort of topped up, and then, you know, as you turn the motor on, it just sounds like it's starved from diesel, because it runs and then it stalls and cuts out, and it's like, well, it's got to be diesel. But you know, looking into that manual, you know, straight out of the 90s manual, so it turns out that because of the no liquid left in the overflow, there's a temperature sensor that kicks the fault meter, and there's a fault button, so like basically flick the circuit breaker basically to the engine so it wouldn't let it run. Just found out that it had that. Hope that made sense, but anyway, it took me a half a beer to figure it out. But we figured it out. I guess moral of that long-winded story is that before you drive a long way and think you know how to fix things, read the manual. Just another big old bloke move there by Yoshi. Who needs manuals, eh? Me. As we're getting ready to leave Indo now, we've got a few weeks left on our visas. Before we check out, we've got 2 weeks of island cruising where there'll be no sort of shops and nothing else sort of going on. So we're going pretty remote again. So this is sort of like our last little bit of a provision. So sort of we doubled up this time rather than carrying 40 litres on a scooter. Borrowed some containers off of our friend, and now we're getting 130 litres.
But we can't get it yet. We have to wait for the rain to stop because they need to pump it out manually.
Actually means they need to chuck a bucket in the tank and scoop it out.
That's how things are done around here.
And you can't do it in the rain.
Yeah.
So we're currently sitting and waiting until the rain stops.
Do they have, so the craziest time of getting diesel is they had like a big spoon, like a big ladle, and they were like scooping it out.
You just wait.
Okay.
You just wait. This is what happened the other day when I was on the scooter to get 40 litres. I had to wait 2 hours while the guy had lunch, and then he chucked a bucket into the tank and scooped it out. So we've got the same thing going on today, except it's raining. Kiddo down a party, eh? Lila, this way. One thing about buying lots of stuff and getting heaps of fuel. Another thing about getting to the boat.
Lucky
to the gun show.
I found this.
Lucky you found this massive man. Yeah, so now the diesel's on the boat, man. You've got to get it into the tank, and lugging 40 kilos around each way. Well, they're probably not 40 kilos, are they? 35 litres of diesel, that's probably 30 kilos, but got to exaggerate these things because, they're heavy. But siphoning out that first container just made me really think. My containers are new, but just how the diesel was got, through buckets, and I don't know how clean their containers were and stuff. And I know my friend's containers here, they've probably got a little bit of crud in the bottom. So rather than just siphoning them all straight out, I just want to try to minimise the stuff that's going into the tank. So we've got our strainer, actually something that came with the boat, and it's been waiting to use it. So now is the perfect time to use it. This just means I need to pour all of these containers in, but it's already doing its job, so check it out. This is what come out of the container, out of the diesel. One thing that is quite notorious through Indonesia, it's never happened to us in the 4, 5, 6 years that we've been kicking around Indo, but it is a bit notorious for yachts to
get bad fuel and get bad diesels. I'm not sure where they're buying it from, whether they're buying it from the pump themselves, if they're getting other people to do it. But there's a lot of water in their fuel and watered down. Ours might be a little bit watered down because we did it in the rain. So I'll have to check the water separator filter, you know, as we're running it, as we're going along. But yeah, I've never received bad fuel, which is a good thing. The Dexlat, there is multiple grades of diesel you can get as well. Like there's biosolar or solar, which is like the bottom grade. This is subsidised by the government. So you actually, for us foreigners, you know, we're actually not allowed to buy that. It's like 5,000 rupee a litre, so it's like 50 cents a litre. And so us as foreigners are actually not allowed to. You need to have a QR code these days as well for even local people to be able to purchase it. So I guess they're capped on the amount that they can buy, because I guess it's a bit of a black market for people selling diesel. But then there's Dexlite, and I'm pretty sure there's a higher grade than Dexlite, but we've only ever found Dexlite, so we always use the Dexlite. You can see the difference. This fuel's super clean, but that's why I'm just sort of siphoning off the top, but then the bottom parts of the container I'll pour through the strainer. Well, as we plan on leaving tomorrow and starting our trek, that's the first job down. Got to change the oil in the engine, service the engine, fix the sump pump, fix the electric toilet, fix the manual toilet, fixing things, and check over the whole boat, make sure we're ready to go. Buy a sailboat and do boat work in exotic locations. It couldn't be much further from the truth. It's like spot on the truth. Sort of feels like this trip anyway. Pretty much all we've been doing is sailing somewhere, stopping, fixing things. Oh, we'll get on top of it one of these days, but until we're on top of it.
Yesterday's mission was a success, and I got a huge bag of bananas here. It's one thing that we go through a lot of. I have 1 or 2 every day in a smoothie, and Tallulah loves them as well. So we stocked up, and I just put them in the freezer. Some of the bananas in Indo, like they're actually green when they're ripe. They're yellow, but they're a little bit green, these ones. But some of them are like really dark green when they're ready to eat. It can be hard sometimes finding bananas in Indo. So when you see them,
Mommy, you want nuts?
You want some more banana. Because all the fruit and veg here is organic, the carrots have come with dirt still on them, so I'm going to wash them first. I'm going to soak them in some bicarb soda and vinegar, just to give them a good clean, and then I'll repack them and put them away in the fridge.
Man, how's this day? Are you kidding me? My gosh. Pretty much for the last month that we've been here in Indo, all it has been is just strong winds out of the south. Just every day, southerly. Every day, southerly. But now, it's still out of the south. It's like the light southwest, but like it's totally gone. Rather than the 15, 20 knots it's been, it's like glassy. Totally forget. You know, this is like, we're heading out into the Indian Ocean right now, heading west. And it's like, just smack glassy. Oh, the ocean can be beautiful when it's calm. It can be beautiful when it's rough too. As we make our way back north and head towards Thailand, this trip was all about going to new places and exploring new places. And there's an island it's a big island, but like it's a fair way away from every other island. So like whenever you're sort of making our way, we've been making our way through the islands, we've just like sailed past this island because it's out of the way. But this time around, we're going to go out of the way and we're going to go visit it and go see what it's all about, because it looks amazing from satellite images. Unfortunately, we still don't have a drone, so we can't fully give you the spectacle of what it is above, but yeah, I know it's going to be clear water, and we're definitely going to see what's going on below the surface. And in the daylight today, it's so glassy like this. My gosh, bring on the fishies. Ikan di mana? Best seat in the house, mind you. Have a look at it, would you? Look at our big, beautiful home. My gosh. You gotta pinch yourself sometimes. Whew. Doing, Lula?
Join.
Oh, good drawing, good colouring.
Join the pig.
Drawing a pig. Good job.
Mommy, I joined the pig.
Wow, you're a piggy! Oink, oink, oink! How many piggies are in the barn?
Big bee.
Wow, that's a big bee. What's the bee say? Whoa, stinky bee.
What noise did Mum's bum make this morning?
No! So what noise does a bee make? What's there, Lula?
That's
What's that one? What's that over there?
Mama.